Good morning, everyone. I'm Barry Cowan, the president of the Deerfield Beach Computer Club. I want to welcome you all to our second Zoom meeting of 2021. Today is January 22nd, 2021. We now have a new president and vice president, and I'm the same old president, 16 years now in my 17th year. So I've lasted 4 terms and then some. Let's see them match that one. So, trust everybody is healthy, and we're going to be doing 2 more Zoom meetings next month. If you wish to find out any updates, go to our club site at db-cc.net. That's all you need to put in. Once you click on that, the HTTPS will be added automatically to show that we are a completely secure site, although we don't do any financial transactions of any kind over it. But that's good to know information. We will be, as I mentioned, posting the video of this meeting sometime this evening, and it is viewable on any device to which you can get to YouTube. So, without further ado, I'm going to go directly to introduce today's presenter, Bob Gostischa. Bob Gostischa is a household name across the nation as far as Zoom presentation is concerned, and he's considered a fully recognized security expert. He is a retired banker. He is the well-known Avast evangelist, so be careful. You may be converted to Avast without knowing it. He's also a great friend of ours, and he has always been contributing as my co-host for all of these meetings, for which I'm very grateful. Today, he's going to give an updated security presentation on is cybersecurity really important? Security is an extremely important topic, and we're going to be covering it throughout. I'll have more to say on that after the presentation, but let's give a warm DBCC welcome to today's guest speaker, Bob Gostischa. Okay, Bob.
Good morning. Nice to see everyone. I know you're all ready. Let's hope I am ready. This is how I stayed safe during the pandemic. Hope you folks did as well. Question for this morning is cybersecurity really important? And the answer is, you bet it is. Cybersecurity is important because it encompasses everything that pertains to protecting our sensitive data. Total cybersecurity encompasses protecting data, hardware, and personal security. Understanding the threat vector. A threat vector is a path or a means by which cybercriminals gains access through one or more of 6 main routes into a computer system by exploiting a route vulnerability, also called an attack surface. And the 6 main routes or points of entry are the network, the user, your email, your applications and programs, remote access portals, and your mobile devices. Network security. Network security is a broad term that covers a multitude of technologies, devices, and processes. Simply put, it's a set of rules and configurations designed to protect the integrity, confidentiality, and accessibility of computer networks and data using both software and hardware technologies. Every organization, regardless of size, industry, or infrastructure, requires a degree of network security solutions in place to protect it from the ever-growing landscape of cyber threats in the wild today. This includes your home network. 90% of all security incidents are a direct result caused by PEEP-CAC and ID10T errors. PEEP-CAC, the problem exists between the keyboard and the chair. ID10T error happens to be a human frailty. Education and paying attention to details are the best cure for these problems. Here are some common flaws in email scams. The sender is bogus. By hovering your mouse over the sender's address, you can see the real address in the lower left corner of the email. The sender doesn't know your name. If it says, "Dear valued member," it's a dead giveaway that this is not a company you do business with. Hovering over "Click here" shows the URL's destination as with issue 1, and remember, they always try to look like they are legitimate. Threats. The scam goes from apologizing for any inconvenience to threatening the recipient to scare you into responding. More embedded links. Scammers' experience has told them that if they have many links, you'll be more likely to click on at least one of them. Another favorite ploy is for there to be a link to unsubscribe from the email. While legitimate companies do have unsubscribe features, if you get this message in a scam, clicking a link will likely deliver malware to your computer. Distrust and reason go a long way toward keeping you safe. Some tips to spot email scams. Since most of us are now working from home, employment scams have skyrocketed. Be very careful anytime you get an offer for a job, especially if it sounds too good to be true. Auction scams, fake messages from online shopping sites. Make sure that the message comes from a reputable site. Financial and phishing scams. You'll see offers from companies like PayPal, the banks you deal with, and any other financial institution. Most of them turn out to be fake, so be very, very careful. Again, check the source. Lottery and giveaway scams, foreign lotteries, competitions, free vacation giveaways. Usually, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Program and app security. Only download from sites and apps stores that you trust. Only deal with companies you trust. Never download illegal software. Never use a password generator or cracks. Always pay for the product. That's the safest way. Scan your download for malware. Test the program in a sandbox. And if it's a program you're not really sure about, create a backup before you install the program. That way, if there's something wrong with it, you can go back to your backup and you're safe again. Remote access portals and open Wi-Fi. It may be free, it may be handy, and it's tempting, but only use it if it doesn't require exposing any sensitive or personal information. For everything else, use a VPN, virtual private network. As I said, many of us now work directly from home, so there's been a great big uptick in applications for jobs coming through the internet and through emails. And here are some of the warning signs when you get one of those requests for a job. It sounds too good to be true. Vague job requirements and job description, unprofessional emails, online interviews via messaging services. Emails don't include a contact information. Research results don't add up. You're asked to provide confidential information. Sending money or using a personal bank account, and they want you to pay for something before you've ever been hired. Mainly, if your gut says it looks and smells like a scam, believe it, because it probably is. If you're involved in tech support, you've run into many farmers in the Dell. Cybersecurity is only as strong as its weakest link. And hackers and crooks always exploit the weakest link. Here are some tools to aid in maintaining your cybersecurity, and we're going to cover all of them. It's important to always keep your programs and your operating systems up to date. The operating systems usually let you know when there's an update available. Some programs do, but not all of them. An excellent program that I can recommend is called Patch My PC, and the Home Updater is free, updates over 300 applications, and the next little video will show you how it's used and why you should be using it.
Are you sick and tired of those annoying pop-ups reminding you to update some software program on your PC? Let Patch My PC help with the cumbersome task of manually updating your software. We can automatically update over 300 applications to keep third-party applications up to date, because hackers target vulnerabilities and outdated software in order to compromise your PC. Need to install a new application installed? Just select the app, and then it's a single click to start the installation. Are you an IT pro? Easily create a baseline of applications you want to install automatically on multiple PCs. You can even configure Patch My PC to run on a schedule, so you never have to worry about it. Patch My PC, a little program that does a lot. It's simple, easy to use, and best of all, it's free.
You should also, on a regular basis, be backing up your system. If you don't back it up and you wind up with an infection or hardware failure, you stand to lose all of your personal information. If you're using a Windows computer, you've had a program as part of the operating system since Windows 7. You'll find it in the control panel. It's called Backup and Restore Windows 7. Don't let Windows 7 scare you, because it still works on the very latest version of Windows 10. If you're looking for a third-party program to help do your backups, Acronis is an excellent program. And if you're part of APCUG, contacting APCUG will get you a great big discount on Acronis. I personally have used Aomi Backupper for quite some time, and I use their standard version, which is their free version. Does an excellent job of backing up my system every single week. Should also get familiar with your computer. Learn the ins and outs of your system, the hardware and the software. A great way to do that is by using a program called Specie. It will tell you all about every part of your computer. Keep your internet running smoothly. For me, that means Complete Internet Repair, a program I've used for a very long time. Whenever I have a problem with my internet access, this is my go-to tool. Provided the problem isn't with your internet service provider, you run this tool, check the top 5 boxes, and let it do its work. You will have to restart your system once it's finished. For me, it has never, ever failed to restore my internet access. CCleaner, an excellent program to help keep the garbage off your computer. CCleaner is a small, effective utility for computers running Windows, Mac and Android that cleans out the junk that accumulates over time, temporary files, broken shortcuts, and other problems. CCleaner protects your privacy. It cleans your browsing history and temporary internet files, allowing you to be a more confident internet user and less susceptible to identity theft. I recommend that you install the portable version. You can even install that on a flash drive and then just take it from one computer to the next, or one of the devices that it mentions are covered. Control what runs at startup and remove everything when you uninstall. Two excellent programs from Hybit. One of them controls your startup programs. Those are the programs that run when your system first starts up. And sometimes you don't want them to run. And this is a great little program for you to be able to control and find out what those programs do. They also have an excellent uninstaller, which helps to make sure that when you uninstall something, all of it gets removed. Let's spend a little time talking about what will keep you safe and secure. You all know my favorite antivirus program is Avast. I've used it since 2003. It's done an excellent job of keeping my computers safe. It doesn't use a lot of system resources, so that I have a computer that actually works and runs without interference. You can see here from the listing of all the things that are part of the free version. Actually, protection-wise, there's no difference between free and paid, because protection is the same on both. If you have a paid version, you've paid for add-ons, firewall, spam blocker, lots of other goodies. You're paying for those goodies. The protection is the same no matter what version you happen to use. There's also a version available for those of you on a Mac and on an Android operating system. Avast is also the world's most used antivirus program. They have over 435 million users worldwide. Avast not only protects you against all forms of malware, it can also help you get rid of unwanted door-to-door salespeople.
Hey, I'm Shay with CDK Security.
Would you mind continuing your sales pitch into my little camera up there? I'll be right back.
Okay. So I'm Shane with CDK Security. We just put in a system for your neighbors down the street, the Anders system for...
Avast tip number 75.
Avast is trusted by over 400 million users and stops 50 million attacks each day. Can you imagine 50 million attacks? I do. Constantly.
Passwords. Passwords need to be long and strong, and you should be using a different password for everything that requires a password. You see here a listing of quite a few password managers. And this is only a very small sampling of password managers. There are many free and paid options. One of them is Bitwarden. It's an excellent open source cross-platform choice because you can use this on Windows, on Mac, on iOS, on Android, on Linux, and it can sync your passwords across all those devices. I personally have used the free version of LastPass for many years and have been very happy with it. That would be another choice. If you're using a password manager, the only password you ever have to remember is the password to get into your password manager. Once installed, it will remember all your passwords for you. It learns them as you go along. It can make up strong passwords for you. And anytime you get to a site, once it's learned those passwords, it will fill the information in automatically for you. It's one way to make sure that you don't use the same password over and over. Protection when using public Wi-Fi. Public Wi-Fi has gotten safer over the years, but only because they now use HTTPS. For maximum protection on public Wi-Fi networks, a VPN is still recommended. When you use a VPN, you connect to a single VPN server, and all your system's traffic is routed through an encrypted tunnel to that server. The public Wi-Fi network you're connecting to sees a single connection, your VPN connection, and no one can even see which websites you're connecting to. The VPN that I use comes from Avast. It's called SecureLine. Does an excellent job of hiding my location, and it encrypts everything before it leaves the computer. It doesn't get unencrypted until just before it gets to its destination. So if someone intercepts the information, it's garbage. It's fully encrypted. They don't have a key, and there's no way for them to unlock that information. So I'm safe, even though the connection I'm connected to may not be. And unsecured connections are anytime you're away from home, when you're at Starbucks, McDonald's, the public library, a hotel you may be staying at, any place where they provide free Wi-Fi. There are many free VPNs available, but free ones usually have drawbacks. They'll limit the amount of data they'll encrypt. They may limit the places where you can hide. And most of them have quite a few annoyances like pop-ups. After all, they want you to purchase their paid product. Something I use as an extra measure of protection, and I use it strictly as second opinion, is called Malwarebytes. I don't allow this to be resident. I run it whenever I want a second opinion. I can also tell you that it hasn't found anything in a very long time. Avast, like all modern antivirus programs, not only protect you against viruses, trojans, and rootkits, but they protect you against all forms of malware. Actually, malware is an umbrella term that covers all things dangerous to technology. Our passwords, unfortunately, can always get hacked, even if we use a very strong and secure password. If the site where you use the password gets hacked, that hacker now has access to your information. That would include that password. Avast offers a web service called HackCheck, and this is how it works.
Has your password been stolen or hacked? There's an easy way to find out. Use Avast's HackCheck, a service from Avast, to find out and be notified whenever your password is stolen because of a new breach. Even if you are careful and use a strong password, this can still happen to you. The website you use to sign in with your credentials was hacked. When that happened, your information is now in the hands of a cyber crook. Avast can even send you a notification when a new breach affecting you occurs. Simply enter your email address in the address bar, hit the Check Now button. It will show you all of your passwords at different sites that have been compromised and allow you from there to very simply change your password. And the time to change your password is before the hacker does and lock you out of your accounts.
This is a web service, so it's not an app or a program. You simply go to the website, and from there, you'll be able to check and correct any hacked passwords. You don't have to install anything, just go to the website. Avast also offers their secure browser, specifically designed to keep you safe when you're doing your banking and shopping, because it hides you from everything else to keep you just within a bubble. This is available for Windows, for Mac, for Android, and for iOS. And there's an extra bonus if you're using the Android, or iOS version, because it includes a free VPN. You need as much protection on your smartphones as you do on your computers. Probably more, because we have more personal information on those devices than we have on our computers. And this is why you should be using protection on your mobile devices.
What are you downloading?
It's just a game on an app store.
Honey, are you using Avast? It works on your phone too.
It's just a word game. I'm sure it's fine.
Hello? Nice work, Bob. So I got access to all your data, photos and videos too. What? Yeah, this spyware is sick. And I get every photo we take. Insane, right?
No.
We should take some more selfies. The lighting in here is great.
Like I was saying, use Avast for your phone too. It protects you against fake apps, phishing, malware, spyware, and ransomware. Did I mention there's even a free version? Unlike those video games you keep buying. Ugh.
Mobile devices. Most mobile device insecurities are a direct result of the apps we install. Make sure that an app only asks for the permission it requires to perform its tasks. If it asks for more permission, don't install it. Find another one. There are plenty out there, and make sure they only ask for what they actually need permission to. Verify the reputation of the manufacturer. Read and verify the app's reviews, and only download apps from reputable web stores. Is your smart home truly a secure home? Let's find out.
Is your smart home truly a secure home? IoT devices may make our lives more convenient, but they also make our homes more vulnerable. Miss A, please let any would-be robber know that I'm currently out of town and my home is sitting empty. Mr. G, turn on my webcam sometime today and capture embarrassing video of me without my knowledge. Sounds silly, doesn't it? The truth is, if you aren't thinking about the security of your smart home products, these are the kind of risks to which your home and family might be exposed. There's no denying the appeal of smart home devices, also known as IoT or Internet of Things devices. We're talking about voice assistants like the Amazon Echo or the Google Home, smart TVs, web cameras, lighting controls, thermostats, door locks, heck, even refrigerators, coffee pots, and toothbrushes. Basically, anything with a network connection and an app that lets you remotely monitor and control the devices. The smart home category is booming, and its popularity isn't expected to fade anytime soon. But these devices have a dark side. Their popularity makes them a prime target for hackers. Avast sees IoT attacks as one of the biggest emerging threats in the realm of cybersecurity. Bringing smart products into your home also brings a variety of potential concerns. Some are basic privacy concerns. Is Miss A always listening to me? Some are concerns related to location and behavior tracking. You may be surprised to learn just how much information your smart home can reveal about you. For instance, something as seemingly innocuous as your smart thermostat holds the secret to your daily patterns, when you're home and when you're not. That info exists for anyone who knows where to look. Gizmodo recently published a fascinating story called The House That Spied on Me, a must-read for anyone who embraces smart home technology. Because the smart home technology is so popular, lots of companies want a piece of the pie. Many of these internet-connected devices are built by product and service-oriented companies, not by network security experts. Security may not be their primary concern, but it needs to be yours. All it takes is one vulnerable product to put your entire home network at risk. So what's the solution? Here's the good news. Security-minded companies like Avast are also paying more attention to IoT devices, developing the best methods to provide the protection that consumers need. IoT devices present different security challenges than computers and mobile devices in that they are closed devices. You can't load third-party security protection onto a smart TV or a webcam, as you can with a PC. Instead, Avast is looking at ways to monitor these devices' network activity. What are they doing? Who are they talking to? And how often? If that IP printer of yours suddenly starts talking to new and unusual sources over the network, that's a big red flag that the device has been compromised. Just as you can expect to see many more smart devices enter the market, you can also expect to see a new crop of security-related services designed to monitor them. This is Avast's answer to help protect all things that connect wherever they connect. It's called Avast Omni.
Avast Omni answers to your smart home protection. Avast Omni is a new type of security. It combines both hardware and software. Omni protects you everywhere you connect, no matter how you connect.
We've entered a new age of online security. It's no longer just our computers and phones we need to protect. A growing number of things we depend on every day are connecting to the internet. Your smart TV, your thermostat, your cameras, and everything else in your smart home was not built with security in mind, putting your sensitive personal information at risk of being stolen. And in today's fast-moving world of next-generation cyber threats, even your physical safety can be at risk. A different approach to security is needed to protect you and your family in all aspects of your online life. Introducing Avast Omni, a new type of security for your connected life. Avast Omni is easy and all-inclusive. All you need to do is connect the Avast Omni Hub to your existing router, install the app, and your entire connected world is now protected, from your home and its connected devices to your family, everywhere they go. The Omni app gives you full visibility of your smart home, so you can be sure it's safe. If any unusual behavior is detected, you'll receive an alert wherever you are, so potential intruders can be immediately blocked. And Omni protects you outside the home. Avast Omni gives you powerful malware protection for all your portable devices to keep you safe from the latest threats, wherever you connect to the internet. You can't control what's on the internet, but with Avast Omni, you can control how your children use it. Set limits on screen time, block inappropriate content, and get immediate peace of mind with our locator map that sends you alerts when your child reaches their destination safely. Protect your connected world with Avast Omni. Security everywhere you connect.
So where can you get Omni? Very simple. Go to the website. How much does Omni cost? The last time I checked, it was $49.99, and I have never ever seen it any lower than that. The first time that I ever saw Omni, because this is hardware and software combined, it was $199.99. And this even includes free delivery of the hub, which is the part that hooks into your router. For the rest of the presentation, you may now unmute yourself. Just wanted you to know I have entered the Snapdragon part of my life. Part of me has snapped, and the rest of me is dragging. You know you're getting old when a recliner and a heating pad is your idea of a hot date. 5 tips for women. It is important that a man helps you around the house and has a job. It is important that a man makes you laugh. It's important to find a man you can count on and doesn't lie to you. It's important that a man loves you and spoils you. And it's extremely important that these four men don't know each other. Can't find a job? It's okay. Blame the government. This is the very first cordless drill. Sometimes you have to admit it's time to retire. A wise man told his son, my boy, when you accumulate the understanding to know why a pizza is made round, to be put in a square box, and is eaten in triangles, then and only then will you be able to understand women. Honey, have you seen my box of laxatives? They look just like those little chocolate Easter eggs. Did you know on the Canary Islands, there is not one single canary? And on the Virgin Isles, same darn thing, not one single canary there either. I started doing these presentations back in 2010, long time ago. I don't work for Avast, but I have a nice arrangement with Avast. They pay all of my expenses from the second I leave home until I get back. Of course, I haven't left my home since the middle of March. So Avast has been getting a bargain. There are no travel expenses. I've been part of their customer support forum since 2004, which is a voluntary thing, not something you get paid for. Some of us, as you know, happen to enjoy helping others. If you learned something today, I'd appreciate it if you'd let Lena at Avast know about it. That's how these presentations continue. My presentations are always designed for the average computer user, not the geek. Try to keep things simple. If you know of any other clubs, organizations, churches, synagogues, any group of technology users who would benefit from a presentation, have them contact me and I'd be happy to arrange a program for them. There's never a charge to the club or its members for my services. That's where Avast comes in. And that's the end of that sales pitch. The link you find here, copy it, take a picture of it, or wait for the follow-up email that I'll be forwarding to Barry, who will then forward it to everyone else. It will give you access to most of what we talked about today. You are recording this, so you really don't need it, but part of what I pass along is a link to a YouTube pre-recorded program. So if you missed something, you can always follow this at your own pace. I'm going to stop sharing and now be happy to answer any questions that you have.
First, let's give Bob a great virtual applause here. You know, he certainly meets the objective of making you feel a lot better than when you began the meeting. And Bob, thank you so much for, again, being a great friend of mine. In fact, he's my mentor. When I have a question that I can't get answered, Bob is always there, no matter whatever else he's doing. And I wanted to personally thank him and recognize him for those reasons. Okay, so unmute yourselves or raise your hand or post something in the chat. We don't want everybody talking at one time.
Hello, Bob.
Yes.
This is Steve. I don't want a tutorial on it, but how are some of the ways that hackers get into your systems?
Usually, most of the time, it's your own fault. You click on a link because it looks so inviting, and that's how they get in. Okay, we need to learn to be more suspicious, be not so trusting. It's something we were taught many, many years ago, but that's no longer something you can automatically assume everybody's a good guy. Most people still are, but there are the hackers out there.
I'm getting some emails from people who say I've ordered something and I need to do something to complete my order, and I have no idea what they're talking about, so I just ignore it.
It's garbage. Put it there and report it. Put it in with your spam stuff. Then
Okay,
hopefully
thank
you
you.
don't get it again.
Thank you very much.
You'll normally get something like that saying about Amazon and other areas that you have a package waiting and stuff like that. Uh, Never trust your email. Go up to the actual site and see if there is an order waiting for you. You'll find most of the time anything that comes from Amazon or FedEx through a message like that is totally fake and spam. Correct, Bob?
That's correct. Mike has his hand up.
Okay,
Yes,
Mike.
please, Bob. Yeah, what's this AOMI you talked about for backup?
Mike, you can't get it because you're in Great Britain. It's only available here in the States.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Otherwise,
Okay.
that would be your best bargain because you get one of their top packages of antivirus plus the hub that connects, and that's what catches all the bad guys who try to get at your smart devices. Remember, all those devices, because they use Wi-Fi, they have to go through your router. And that's where that device comes in, and it will catch when something does something it shouldn't be doing.
Is there a fee for that monthly?
It's an annual subscription.
So yes, there is.
Yes.
Okay.
How much?
First year, right now, it's on sale for $49.99, which includes your hub. What it'll be next year, I have no way of knowing.
Bob?
Yeah.
2 questions. One, you said that if we look at an email and we're suspicious, we can hover over the email address. All I see is a name, like I got something that said, your Costco. How do you find their address? What do you hover over? Do you hover over the name?
No, not the name. Up in the address bar, you have the link of where the email comes from.
But
That's
only
what-
when you click on it. When I see it in my browser, you mean if I highlight that, I'll get it up in the bar?
No.
No, there's always the sender's address. And that's what you hover on, and it will give you the actual place where it comes from.
But when I'm just looking at my list of emails, I don't see a sender's address.
Right. It's not until you open that email. But if
But I
it's
don't
coming,
want to open it if I'm nervous. How do I?
if you're nervous and you're not sure about it, the safest thing to do is to throw it in the trash.
Okay, that's what
Okay.
I've done.
If it turns out to be legit, I guarantee you they'll come back and they'll contact you and say, hey, how come you never responded? Okay. And
Okay.
if it's coming from a company and you're not sure, then the initiative of contacting the company should be on you, not through a link in an email or a phone number in that email. Somebody you deal with, you should know how to contact them, and you take the onus and contact them by yourself.
And especially beware of IRS things that are trying, or emails that are trying to grab your stimulus checks and everything. Do not trust them. If they come, the IRS doesn't send you notices through the mail.
That's correct. Ron?
Oh,
Yes. Last week here, I got a very, very official looking email from Amazon. There was not one word that was not correct. It looked very, very official. And what they were doing, they wanted to update our credit card. So I called Amazon and they said it wasn't them. And I just did it.
Had you responded, you would have wound up giving your information to the crook, and that's what they were after. That's why it's called phishing.
But most people would tap on, that's the real problem. And that's why I decided to call.
Well done, Ron.
Yes, this is Tom Cruise.
one more question.
Yes.
Yes, Mackie.
you said that Windows has backup and restore, Windows 7, that's already in the computer. Is it automatically backing up things, or do I need to access it each time and manually back up?
No, you need to set it up the first time, and from then on, it can do it.
Okay, thank you.
Conference here, so let me kind of.
Don, I can hear you, so I'm going to mute
I
you out.
I muted
Okay.
Don because he was on a phone call.
Right.
You have to start it the first time and then do the setup, and you can then at that point set it up to do it for you weekly. Now, a couple of things to remember when you're doing a backup, you're doing it to an external hard drive. Never leave that external hard drive connected to your computer while you're on the internet. Because if you get hit with something like CryptoLocker, it not only encrypts your computer, but will also encrypt external devices connected to your computer. And you don't want your backup encrypted. Then you've got nothing.
So I need to attach that external hard drive each week when I know it's going to be backing up.
Right. When you get ready to do it, when you're finished for that day where the backup is going to happen, usually it's set up to be done after you normally get off the computer, because you leave your computer on, you will have gotten off the internet. And the best way to get off the internet, put it into airplane mode. In your settings, if you look at Wi-Fi, you can go ahead and disconnect the Wi-Fi, because you don't need the Wi-Fi in order to back up or be connected to the internet to do the backup. And you don't ever want to be connected to the internet while that hard drive that has your backup plugged into your computer.
And remember, if you're got a hard drive or I should say a USB or some type of connector, remember to eject it properly to prevent loss of data.
Thank you.
Marcia?
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on the one who was trying to figure out how to find out who was sending the email. I'm looking at my emails at the moment, and I see on the left side of an email announcement, it says from, and then tells you who it's from. When you hover over that particular name under the listing of from, then that's where you get more of the information of their actual site that they're coming from.
That's correct.
I think that might help the person. The other thing is a question I have on this idea of backing up or security. We have several computers which all automatically put information from one to another, because our son-in-law set them all up that way. And since he passed away this summer, I can't ask him about this. If we were to get something hacking in or a virus of some sort on one of them, would it then automatically go to all the others too?
I'm afraid so, yes, because they sync.
Yeah, that's what was concerning me just now too.
Right. You have the same information on all computers at all times.
Excuse me, Bob, as a retired banker, can you tell us the best way to lock down and secure your bank accounts?
In what aspect? Barry?
Well, to secure your password, to secure what you're doing online, to keep private. As I keep telling everyone, no matter what you download, I don't care if it's iOS or Android or Windows, make sure that you get to your settings and secure your privacy, especially with Facebook. Any of you that are on there, look out, because everything Facebook produces is guaranteed to pick up all your information. That includes their portal device, that includes the app, everything else. You should go to your settings first and set your privacy. Is that accurate, Bob?
Privacy, that's privacy, but that's not the same as security.
Okay.
Okay. When you do your banking and shopping, if you're doing it online, make sure that the bank that you go to, the website is the actual website of the bank. I personally, when I do my banking, I'm using the Avast secure browser because that isolates that browser from everything else. Nothing else can get in. I use a password manager so that I don't use the same password all over the place. Everything's got its own password.
And if you're on a secure site, you'll want to look for that HTTPS.
Well, that's now pretty much standard.
Right.
If you ever saw a bank and it didn't have the S, you definitely know it's a spoofed site. Problem is that hackers have learned how to take an HTTP site and make it look like it's a secure site.
Right.
It's called spoofing. So,
Jules, unmute yourself, please.
Can't hear you, Jules. Unmute.
Okay. Go ahead, Jules. We're listening.
I don't know if I'm in the right place. All of a sudden, on my ancient computer, which I hardly ever use, I wanted to use it to get some information, and the mouse does not work. Do I need a new mouse?
Might be a new battery.
Maybe you need a new battery.
No, I put the new batteries in there. In fact, I keep the batteries out because I hardly ever use the computer. And the batteries used to go dead just sitting in there. So now I keep my batteries out. I put the batteries in. In fact, those didn't work. I got other batteries and the mouse does not work.
Buy a new mouse.
No, that's not necessarily it. It's probably in his settings on the computer itself.
Or just restart
Well,
your
I
computer.
I can't do anything because the mouse won't work.
Do a reboot of your system and see if that helps.
Or unplug and plug in the mouse again, give it time, restart your system, and after the system reboots up, plug in the mouse again and see if it detects it.
Have you tried a better brand of cheese?
What was that? Oh, geez. So this, you're saying disconnect the mouse,
Yeah.
just pull it out of the system and then wait a while, then put it back in there again?
Restart your computer. Unplug your mouse, then restart your computer. Once it's back up, plug the mouse back in and see if it then recognizes it.
Is this a wired or a wire? So is this a wired mouse, not a wireless one?
It's wireless.
It means it
Wireless
has no
mouse.
wire.
Correct.
But it does have a USB dongle, right?
Right, that goes into a port, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
So
it's the dongle that you have to take out.
dongle, what the hell is that? Where the hell is that? All right,
What device are you using, Jules?
XP.
Oh,
Well,
may not have the right driver for that mouse. You need to update possibly.
Well, it had been working. It had been working, but then I wanted to get some information out of that XP and the mouse wouldn't work.
Wow. You saying you still got XP?
I'm saying that I got XP. I never use it. I never use this computer. It gathers dust. But when I wanted to use it, the mouse did not work.
Wow. I can see why. Be careful because your horse and buggy might be double parked outside. Okay. I'm only teasing you.
I know you are.
That's the dongle.
But why get a new computer that I don't use?
Jules, that's the dongle.
That's correct.
Little thing that plugs into your computer. Somewhere in the back, probably.
Where is that? Where is that located?
It's just a little extra device plugged in.
One of the USB ports.
Where?
In one of the little USB ports.
Is it in the front or the back?
Could be
Jules,
either.
you know, Jules, maybe we can have a conversation on this one-to-one. I'll give you a call back and we'll discuss
Okay.
this, okay?
Yes.
All right.
Sounds like a
Ada, you
Oh.
unmute yourself, please.
Hello?
Yes, Ada.
What is a sandbox?
Oh, yeah.
I'll have to ask our cat.
No. He mentioned it with VPN also.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
sorry. Can you repeat that?
What is
Yeah,
a sandbox?
the question was, what is a sandbox?
A sandbox is a separate item totally isolated from your operating system. Sandboxy is a popular free sandboxing feature.
Thank you.
If you have a paid version of Avast that comes with the Omni product, it also has a sandboxing feature, but it allows you to experiment with something you're not sure about because it never gets to the operating system.
Okay, Lorraine, what have you got to say? Lorraine?
Yes, here I am. I unmuted myself. I thought the presentation was excellent. It gave a lot of good information. I'm still a little bit confused as to the backup. I didn't hear the type of backup that Bob was using.
He uses a Cronus, which
No,
is...
I use Aomi backup.
Oh, Aomi?
And how do you spell this, Bob?
AOMI.
And why do you use Aomi versus Acronis?
Number one, it's free.
Oh, okay. That's a good reason. How does it compare to other products that are on the market?
It does the job it's supposed to do. It works restoring it, and that's the main thing. It not only does a backup, but you can actually restore the backup.
Okay.
Okay. And that's
Yeah.
always the ultimate test. Most people never ever test their backup to see whether it actually really can be restored. And I can tell you the one that's in Windows does work. I can also tell you that the one from Aomi works because I've used it. I've done a restore after I've done a backup. I actually used it to restore the system. And my system is still working, so it works.
I believe it may be on our club site under downloads. I think I put it there.
Bob, the Windows one, I use Google Chrome on. I've got a Windows computer, but I use Google Chrome all the time. But does it mean that I've got Windows backup in there, even though I don't use the actual? I don't use Explorer or anything like that.
Explorer, are you talking about Windows Explorer, which is?
No. I'm just saying I believe I've got Windows on the computer, but I never use it. I use Chrome.
Okay.
But the backup would still work, would it?
Not on a Chrome, no.
No.
It would still work on your Windows computer, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Chrome is a browser, though. It's not the same as Windows.
No, there's also a Chrome operating system.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Lorraine.
Bob, a question for you again on the backup. What is your opinion of Macrium? They do have a version, a free version. How would from your experience, how would they compare, or what's your opinion on this product?
Macrium is a quality product, whether it's free or not. I happen to be using Aomi. Okay, I'm not using the one from Macrium, but it is a quality company. So,
Lorraine, I just checked the club site. Aomi is the first entry under downloads, under member resources.
Okay. Thank you.
It will take you to a site called Aomi Tech. And Bob, all these sites that were in your presentation, how can they receive them? I guess the best thing would do, just watch his video and just pause it, unless you're going to send something with all those sites in it. What do you plan to do?
You're getting a follow-up email as you do each time I do a presentation for you.
Okay.
And the link to all of the programs and also instructions on how you remove one antivirus before you install another. All of that's part of the information that you get when you go to that link that I shared at the end, which is
Great.
part of what gets passed
FYI,
on to
everybody, we broke a record today. We had 31 participants. It's the highest amount since we started last June.
Bob,
Yes.
with regard to Omni, I have sort of a two-part question. Number one, I recently had my home system all changed from digital to internet, and I have one box that supposedly does everything: router, the route, the two-part, the router and
Yep.
the
Modem.
power and what have you.
Yep.
Will Omni, how would you connect Omni in that case?
You plug it
Because
into
I
your
don't
router.
see a separate router.
No, it's one all in one. You plug it into one of your ports in the back of your router modem combo. I use Comcast, and mine is also a combo modem router.
Okay, so the other part of my question was, is Omni available in Canada?
No, it's not. Only in the US.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay.
How often do they update the software on that?
The part that protects you, the virus protection, every 6 minutes, there's a mini update. Twice a day, there's a major update that consolidates those updates that happen every 6 minutes. So
Okay.
Avast updates very, very frequently.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, as I said earlier, I have the core. I wouldn't want to link with that because they'll be contra to one another.
Yeah, you can't have two, only one.
So it works as a router then additionally, is that correct, sir?
It has a module that plugs into your router.
Oh, into the router. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right.
So it intercepts anything and everything that goes through your router.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else? Please raise your hand to be recognized. Roz, unmute yourself, please.
How does Norton compare with Avast? Norton,
I don't know. I got away from Norton back in 2003. That's what I was using back in 2003. I haven't looked back since.
Yeah, because they just charged me $105 automatically to upgrade.
Okay, I'm not here to knock somebody else's product. I'm here to let you know what I use and why I use it. So.
And the Avast free version is excellent. I know a lot of our members use it because Bob's been to our club, I don't know how many times, and said that the free version is in many aspects just as good as the paid version. It has something extra in there. I saw just in the latest update, but it's has a Wi-Fi inspector. Actually, it will look inside your home to see all the devices are connected and determine if they are locked down properly or let you know what to do. That is a very, very good thing to know. Any other questions?
Marcia?
Marcia?
Yeah, comparing malware bytes to this other one that you're talking about, Avast. How is malware bytes by comparison?
Malware bytes is not an antivirus program.
It's an anti-spyware program more than anything else.
Right.
I see it protects against, it says ransomware and exploit and web protection, all that. But those, none of those involve viruses?
It is not a full-blown antivirus program. And your modern antivirus program not only does viruses, Trojans, rootkits, but it does all other forms of malware, which includes the things that Malwarebytes does.
So would Avast replace the Malwarebytes, or is it?
I have Malwarebytes installed on my system, but I don't allow it to run in the background. I once a month run a scan with Malwarebytes as a second opinion, but it hasn't found anything, and I have no clue how long it's been since it's actually found anything, because
Okay.
Avast is already doing the job.
Okay, so that sounds like something we need to look into for
What does it
sure.
cost?
And what is Avast? I think you said Avast's basic thing is like
The free
$49.
the free version costs you absolutely nothing.
Oh, okay. It was the Omni that was $49, was that it?
The Omni currently is $49.99, and that's hardware and software.
And that's a one-shot thing or per year?
It's a yearly subscription.
My husband used
Subscription.
to. Yeah, my husband used to call his Playboy subscription his prescription.
Mhm.
Oh, gosh.
Mhm. It's what keeps you young. Yes, I know.
So fortunately, I'm a big sci-fi fan, and Playboy always had a lot of sci-fi stories in it, so I didn't
Great.
mind.
Irving, what's the temperature out where you are now?
Bloody cold.
Really? Did you get my email I
it's-
sent you privately?
Pardon?
I replied to your email privately that you
I
sent me.
better go check my spam then, because I didn't see it.
Okay, it was a while ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
Anybody
Any other
else?
questions?
Okay. Well, I can tell you that I could tell you from the email that I sent you that it was going to be a highly informative and entertaining meeting, and Bob did not disappoint.
Jules?
Barry, how do I
Yes,
get the background that you have there?
you have to go to, are you on, what do you want? What device?
An iPad.
You have to look at the video setting and see if there's an arrow there, and you'll be choosing a virtual background. That's what you want to do. As a matter of fact, Jules, everything that you're asking me is available on, you can go to Apple's site, or you can to the Apple community, apple.com, or you can go ahead and look at YouTube. There's tons of videos on exactly what we're talking about, and you can follow them step by step. If you need help from,
You're going to be calling me about that mouse?
I'll see if I have some time this afternoon. Yes.
Okay. All right.
But remember, if it's not a, is it a wired mouse? You're plugging it into a
Wireless.
USB?
Wired.
Wireless. It's got a
Wireless. Okay. Yeah, a dongle is like a
dongle.
small
Dongle.
piece
Yep.
that goes usually in the, I have it in the back of my computer that, brings up the USB there, and it brings it up. Is it Bluetooth mouse?
Microsoft mouse. Yes, I guess it is.
Okay, we'll have to check that thing out for you and see what the problem
Okay.
is. Any other
Probably
questions?
USB.
Okay.
Barry, it's probably a USB.
Right.
Barry,
Yes.
I would like to add to Jules' question in regard to putting a background. In order to do that, he's got to log into his Zoom account.
Right.
Once he is in his Zoom account, then he can choose whatever background he wishes. But by joining you in the meeting, he cannot then add a background.
I can't do anything on that computer because the mouse doesn't work.
No. Go on your iPad. Go on your iPad, download Zoom application, log into your Zoom account or create a Zoom account. And then once you've done your own Zoom account, Then you can choose a background of your wish.
Oh, you're talking about the background.
Yes.
Yes, you were asking a question about Barry's background. So, but you do have to, you need a Zoom account in order to be able to do that.
Yes.
And once you've done that, then any person that is inviting you to a Zoom, like Barry's inviting us to a Zoom this morning, well, then your background will automatically appear.
See it? I just
Got
changed
it.
my background.
Yes.
I'm back in Florida now from
But that's
wherever I was.
But Barry, that's because you do have a Zoom account.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I have a Zoom account. I have a Zoom account.
So then go into your Zoom account, and once you logged in to your Zoom account, choose your background that you want. It will.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's talk about what's coming up. We have 2 more meetings following today. That will be in February 5th, where Ron Brown, who is just about the best I've seen in the business in doing all kinds of presentations, he does a tech for senior that I highly recommend that you get to. You can go to our club site, and under fantastic finds, you'll see tech for seniors. You want to get there at, what is it, Bob, 10 o'clock or 12 o'clock?
Oh, we lock the meeting at 12.
Okay.
So you want to get in between 11:30 and 12. We
If
have a
you miss
chat
it,
for half an hour, and then the meeting starts. Once
Right.
it starts, it gets locked.
once it's locked, they'll be going to YouTube, and you'll be able to see it there if you don't get into the actual meeting. It's on Mondays. Monday. And it's something that's extremely worthwhile. If you simply go up to YouTube and type in Ron Brown, APCUG, or go to the Tech for Senior site, you'll see all the videos that are posted there. I highly recommend them. He's coming on the 5th to do a brand new updated presentation on 5G technology in 2021. It's a big hot button topic across, and it's very controversial. Some people can't get it at all. Some wish they didn't have it, and some are just confused by it. So he's going to separate the wheat from the chaff, tell you that no more, like Bob does. Bob always gives us the non-BS, unvarnished truth. That's why he's such an effective presenter. Okay, and then following that, our friend Don Grossman is going to give another presentation on all the devices that he has in the house, and they're constantly getting larger, right, Don? You there? Okay. Well, it's been a pleasure seeing all of you again and talking with you. I hope you stay safe and healthy. Get your vaccine if that's what you want to do. We don't talk about politics here or anything else, but I'm pleased to be in my 17th year as this club president, and as long as I can stand on 2 feet and open my mouth, I'll continue the job. So thanks all for participating. Say your goodbyes right now, and we will see you. Look for
Thank
your,
you.
you'll be looking for your email coming out on the Monday before the next meeting, and the reminder coming in on about 7 o'clock on Friday. So with that, be safe, be well. See you next time. Watch for the video. It's going to be posted tonight. How to get to it? Go to the club site, go up to the YouTube icon in the right-hand corner, whether it be on an iPhone or an iPad or a desktop or a laptop, doesn't matter. Click on it and you will be taken to our club's channel page where you can see it posted there. Please review it in its entirety, and then give Bob a constructive comment below it. It always helps to keep your host happy. He's been a co-host for me all the time, and please do it as a favor to me and Bob. Bob, thanks again for a tremendous presentation. You and Alice and everyone be safe and well. We'll see
Same
you
to
next
you.
time. Wave your
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
goodbyes.
Bob. Thank you,
Thank you,
Barry.
Bob. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Barry. Have a
That's
nice
all, folks.
weekend. Thank you.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.